Well, welcome to another edition of the Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats. I'm your host, Earl Baston, and joining me yet again is Jason Juggling J Ford. Jay, we start this show off on a kind of a sad note. Tomorrow we'll see the burial of a longtime friend of mine and Bermuda, Sergeant Gregory Grimes, who has been a member of the football fraternity for most, if not all, his life. It's hard to express some of the feelings I have because he was such a close friend to me, but he will be sorely missed by many among the football and Bermuda community.
Yeah, it's definitely a sad week here in the island. A man that we talk about a lot of times, athletes on the field, on the pitch, on the stage, but it's the invaluable people behind the scenes that we barely shed light to. And he was one of those giants that really helped out a lot of people behind the scenes. When you're dealing with the administration, when you're dealing with the referees, speaking with a couple of referees over the weekend, that's where they learn and who got them motivated and to be a referee. And his teachings doing the referee courses and stuff like that, they wanted to become a referee, and they said, I know what I know because of Grimes. When you hear stuff like that, is and we talk about the lack of referees in football in today's game, but when you hear a person be motivated by somebody to do that job, it says a lot for the person. Obviously, hearing professionals talk about him on his day job, you hear the same sentiments. So Earl, from us to his family, condolences, but I'm surely going to be missed.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Jay, over in New Zealand, Bermuda Olympian Cece Woolman is in action competing with her brother Mikey in the NACRA 15s Youth World Championships. It was excitement day one. They were leading. Hasn't been all what they wanted it to be after that, but every day is a learning experience. New boat for them. CC has been working in the NACRA here in Bermuda as part of the Red Bull Youth America's Cup, but now competing in an international competition with 19 others from around the world, because each country is only represented by one. So it gives her that much more experience and that much more ability to realize that she can compete among some of the top sailors around her age, having had that experience at the Olympics.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Now she's been to the Olympics, so she knows the standard. Now, obviously, a couple of months later, she'll be able to work on some of the things from the Olympics, and it just adds on to your journey. And then we keep talking about journeys when we're talking about sports, because at the end of the day, it does come to an end. So it's all about the process of going through that journey. And this is one of those steps that she has planned for. Obviously, with sailing, we talked so much about sailing the last couple of weeks, how it could change within 5 minutes. Right now, I feel a breeze coming off my face right now. But I guarantee you, but before the end of the show, it's me beaming again. But just getting back to Cece and Mikey, how often do you get a brother and a sister out in the water competing internationally? That's got to say something also, because that's got to mean just coming from 21 square miles in New Zealand, competing together. It's got to say valuable. I can't say enough words for those guys.
Well, let's see how they finished over in New Zealand. in the World Championships.
Bermuda's Olympian CC Woman and her brother Mikey Woman concluded competing in the 46th Aeon Youth Sailing World Championships in New Zealand. On the final day of the NACRA 15 Open class, Woman moved up 2 places to end the competition in 8th place. Tim Morniac and Charles Dorange from France were crowned the champions. With 13 races completed, Woman finished with 106 net points. Only 1 race was sailed on the final day of competition, with the Woman's finishing second. Woman held the lead after the first day of racing. She recorded 7 top 10 finishes that included a win in the second race of the series.
Jay, over the weekend, 41 girls scored in the Shield and Friendship Cup competition quarterfinals. When you look at a quarterfinal matches, you are looking to say things should be close. 41 girls in 8 games. I was amazed.
Normally, some teams are looking to make a impression in the cup. If you look at a team like Dennytown, finally getting a good win under their belt, very crucial, I think, just for the psyche alone and just for the players itself. PAC continuing with their form. We saw that coming. Who else we looking at? Some big numbers now in the Shield. The 10-0, 7-0, 5-1.
And the penalty shootout.
That I did not expect. I did not expect Social Club to come through on a penalty shootout. I thought they would probably been on the girls. But in saying that, that's what cup games bring in is win or go home. And for some teams now, it's Christmas time. Turkey.
Well, let's review the weekend of Shield and Friendship football.
Well, in Friendship Trophy action on Saturday night at the BAA field, it was the Flanagan Onions 1, PHC Zebras 5. The North Village Rams marched into the Friendship semifinals with a 4-1 win over the Devonshire Colts at Bernard Park on Sunday. Dennytown Hornets defeated the Somerset Trojans 3-1 at St. John's Field, while Robin Hood went down 1-0 to the Devonshire Cougars over at the BAA field on Sunday. On Saturday night at the BAA field in Shield Division play, it was BAA 5, Wolves 1. On Sunday, it was Crossroads 1, Young Man Social Club 1. The match was decided by kicks from the penalty mark, with Social Club winning 4-1. St. George's Colts 7, Hamilton Parish 0. St. David's 10, Island Rangers 0. The Bermuda Football Association today hosted the Shield and Friendship semifinal draw.
Good afternoon. Season's greetings to everyone. We are here to facilitate the draw for the semi-final rounds for the Friendship and Shield competitions. These matches will be played, the first match will be played on Monday, December 26th at PHC Stadium. Second match will be played on Tuesday, December 27th at BAA. So just to give you a bit of information before we do the drawings, we do have PHC who's in the Friendship semi-final, and so whomever they come out against, they will play on Tuesday at BAA to keep that game at a neutral field.
What about Social Club?
About to thanks for that. In the Shield matchups, we have we had the same scenario last year in the friendship pairings, whereby there is a potential for Young Men Social Club and BA to be pitted against each other. If that does happen, the team that comes out first will play at their home venue. So, for instance, if Young Men Social Club comes out of the cup first, that match will be played on Monday at PHC. If BAA comes out first, that match will be played Tuesday at BAA. If they come out separate, BAA will play on Monday, Young Men Social Club will play on Tuesday. Yeah? Wanted to give you that before we did the drawings, just to clarify. So we'll do the Shield semi-finals first. So in the Shield semi-final, we have BAA, St. David's, St. George's, and Young Men Social Club. So Young Men Social Club. BA, St. David's, and St. George's. St. George's, St. David's, Young Men's Social Club will play BAA. So Young Men's Social Club will play BAA on Monday at PHC. St. George's will play St. David's on Tuesday at BAA. Teams remaining in the Friendship are Devonshire, North Village, PHC, and Islandstats Sports Club. North Village, PHC, Dandytown, Devonshire. Devonshire, North Village, PHC, I'll play Dandytown. And so Devonshire will play North Village on Monday at PHC, and PHC will play Dandytown on Tuesday at BAA. So the Shield matches on each day will kick off at 12 p.m. and the Friendship matches will kick off at 2:30 p.m.
Well, Jay, on Saturday at West Ham, Clyde Bess was the guest of his former club, a legend around West Ham and in England and, to say the least, Bermuda.
Well, let's add one more. The world. Many players. I was at the dinner last year, I believe it was, and so many players called in from around the world, wishing them all the best. Now, with this new book signing, some of the stories that we've had off air, and some of the players that he's mentioned, I mean, it's such a great story, not just for a Bermudian story, but such a great story, a football story in general. And to see, we call him the gentle giant. I mean, it's so humble. I mean, if you know Clyde, he really doesn't want any fanfare. He would just like to go to the game and watch his Hammers play. Sometimes they get hammered. Now, I'll say that, Clyde, but but on a roll, and I can't wait till he comes back, because I know he'll have plenty more stories just off this trip alone.
Well, from Clyde Bess to our under-17 national girls team, who have been playing 3 matches against a visiting team from the Boston area.
Bermuda's under-17 women's national select put on a display at the BFA field on Saturday evening, recording a 3-0 win over visiting Worcester Polytechnic Institute from Boston. WPI found themselves down 1-0 after a wonder strike off the boot of Tia Lindo. Bermuda also got 2 goals from Nia Christopher that included a long-range shot that gave the WPI goalkeeper no chance. And then on Sunday evening at the BFA field, the Bermuda national under-17 team would record a 4-1 victory over WPI. Bermuda got 2 goals from Kiana Deal and single strikes from Jaden Masters and Samira Lowe-Darrell.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, they say age is only a number. And clearly, Lisa Blackburn is demonstrating that's just it. 45 years of age. She competed in Florida in a Masters event, swam in 4 different events, just missing world records 4 times.
I'm still trying to figure out what is she doing. I can't. Just what is she eating? I mean, is it it's something she's taking now? It's but in all seriousness, for somebody of that age still committed to a sport and stood at the top of the game, especially in our age, it's things to commend, but also things to look out for the youngsters, because sometimes you look at a sporting career. We talked about the journeys. Eventually, they come to an end. Where do you see the end with Lisa Blackburn? And that's the thing, you would think her swimming career would have been over, probably into coaching now more, probably been over about 10 years ago. But she's still going and she's still competing at a great level.
Well, let's look at the numbers from Florida.
Lisa Blackburn continued her impressive performance while taking part in the Rowdy Gaines Classic in Florida. In 2015, Blackburn set the pool alight, and during the 2016 version, Blackburn was once again in the mix and did not disappoint. Competing in the short course event, Blackburn won the women's 45 to 49 age group 100-meter individual medley. She recorded a time of 105.88, just missing out on the age group world record time of 105.61. With the age group 50-meter breaststroke world record standing at 33.81, Blackburn clocked a time of 34.20. Blackburn had another near miss at a world record attempt when she clocked a 100-meter breaststroke winning time of 1:13.55, with the record standing at 1:12.81. Blackburn missed the 100-meter freestyle age group record by 0.10 of a second when she clocked 58.53, with the record sitting at 58.43. Meanwhile, Elin Daly broke 3 11-12 girls records during the Ontario Junior International event. Competing in the 200-meter freestyle, Daly clocked a time of 2:12.09, breaking her own record of 2:14.10, set on November 6th at the NYAC Cup in Canada. Daly clocked a 50-meter freestyle record time of 26.94, breaking the record of 27.17 she set on November 5th during the NYC Cup. A record-breaking time of 29.49 was recorded by Daly during the 50-meter butterfly, breaking her own record of 29.67 she set on November 4th.
Well, Jay, Jillian Teixeira has moved indoors now. The winter season has kicked in. She's in Belgium and taking part in a 4-day event, won one of the classes. Let's see how Jillian made out over in Belgium.
Jillian Teixeira continued competing in the CSI 2, CSI 1, and CSI YH1 International Lear horse jumping event in Belgium. On day 3, Teixeira competed in 3 classes, recording a win on the day. Teixeira grabbed victory in the first CSI 2 stage of the day in the 1.30 meter table A against the clock class on the back of Amarula. The duo crossed the line with a clear round time of 57.93. Teixeira and Chakova finished 28th, competing in the CSI 1 1.20 meter table A against the clock class. They clocked a time of 70.64 and they had 5 penalty fault points. Competing in the CSI 2 1.45 meter longest ranking competition table A with a jump-off class, Teixeira and Tamarino finished 34th with a time of 70.46 and they had 8 penalty fault points.
From overseas in horsing to in Bermuda. On Saturday night at Vesey Street, the Bermuda Harness Pony Racing season continued.
Kaiwan Waldron in the Bike of War Machine won Heat 1 of the 1:10.1 and slower time bar class with a time of 1:13.2. Catch Me If You Can with David Burrows in the bike finished second in 1:14.3, and Rock On with Zeno Cooper was third in 1:15.3. Google Me with Tyler Lopes in the bike won Heat 1 of the 1:08.2 to 1:10 time bar class with a time of 1:08.3. Kelsey Dorham in the bike of Major Medical finished second, clocking 1:10 flat. Dylan DeSilva in the bike of Iron Mike was third in 1:10.4. Just like that, and Zeno Cooper finished fourth with a time of 1:12.3. Heat 1 of the 105 to 106 time bar class saw Real Patrol and Carista Rabane in the bike finish first in a time of 105.1. It's All About Me and Christian Truin was second in 106 flat, and Custard the Dragon and Andy Stoneham finished third in 106.3. Kaiwan Waldron in the bike of Skyway Majestic crossed the line first in the 106 and 1 to 107 and 1 time bar class, stopping the clock in 107 flat. A touch of red and Ryan Manders was second in a time of 107 and 1, and Ryan King, riding with Black and Mild, was third in 108 flat.
While a sport, Jay, we see a lot of different people doing a lot of different things. Mountain biking. Over at Admiralty House on Sunday, a very challenging course. Hills, little valleys. It's just one of those things where it challenges the individual who's also got a whole bunch of competition, either chasing or he or she is chasing them.
Yeah, another discipline to the cycling family. You see a lot of riders. This is the off season from the road cycling, but it gives a different development in their body structure. And sometimes you got to be careful because you're building up extra muscle which you normally wouldn't use as road cycling, but different skill also. So some of these riders can compete in both levels, but you also see some riders who can excel in this one over road cycling. So it's great to see some other names, but I'm pretty sure. Let's show them all the rest.
Action in the Flying Colors Mountain Bike Race Series moved to the Admiralty House grounds. Matthew Oliveira won the Male A Division race. He covered the 13-lap distance in a time of 52:56.2. Gary Rayner finished second, 1 lap down in 51:51.8. Shaquan Richardson was third in 51:55.0. The male veteran over 40 race was won by Chris Roke, who recorded an 8-lap time of 40:59.7. Padraig Brown was second in 42:22.5, and Dave Breen was third in the division with a time of 44:15.1. Connor White won the male B division, clocking a time of 42:15.6. Blake Camara was second in a time of 42:43.6, and Charles Schwartz was third in 44:08.5. The female A division was won by Felicia Stensil, who recorded a time of 23:41.1. while Elizabeth Jordan won the female B division race in a time of 40:36.2. The female novice division saw Zena Jones ride to victory in a time of 35:07.1. Caitlin Connors was second in a time of 36:10.6, and Wenda Roberts finished third, stopping the clock in a time of 36:35.5. Nicholas Narraway won the male 13 to 15 division race with a time of 33:26.9. He covered 6 laps. Blake Oliveira was second in 33:37.9, and Finn Clarkson was third in a time of 34:42.2.
On Saturday, Jay, Energizer Wellness Solutions opened their doors. April and Marie taking that step of faith to try and help people make a better wellness for themselves in various ways, healthy living, training. Their new business is looking at the entire body. I was at the opening. Actually, let's take a listen to what the new owners had to say about their new business.
And we are so excited today to be opening our doors, and we really hoping that we can make a difference on the health of Bermuda's population. Many of you know that I also have a role with the Department of Health, and we conducted the Steps to a Healthier Bermuda in 2014 and found that obesity and overweight and all of our chronic diseases are really on the rise, and Energize hopes to play a big part in helping to improve Bermuda's health. So thank you again, and Bishop Lamb is going to bless our facility, and April's going to say a few brief words. Hello,
can you take the scissors? Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming out and supporting us. And I wanted to give a special thank you to the BDC for helping us get this far. Thank you, Ray Lambert, Nick Camp, Ray Jones. Thank you to my grandfather, who yes, for securing this loan, St. Clair Augustus. And thank you to William DeShield for also helping us. I want to give a special thank you to James Gibbons for getting us through the summer months. And for all of you, Ben Johnson for supporting Marie, and Nelton, thank you for your tireless hours, for working day and then coming here and working night and then into the morning, for helping to put this equipment and painting and everything else. But this has been a labor of love. Marie and I have learned a huge skill set this year. So as you look around, you can see that we've put a lot of grease behind this. And I just hope that everybody enjoys the experience. And thank you all for your support.
Congratulations to you guys. Speaking with April many times off air, very excited for her new accomplishments. But she made it perfectly clear that it's not just a gym. And if you're looking for a gym to compete, this is not the spot for you. This is more of a lifestyle and getting people to a lifestyle change, basically to maintain, get some type of fitness, but not only just fitness in strength, but also fitness in the mental side. So they're taking a holistic approach with obviously many other things as far as dieting, and not so much dieting, because that's one thing those two hate that word, diet. But just moderation. They preach moderation with saying like you can eat and drink anything, but just through moderation. But also the massages and certain things to help your body to recover and stuff like that. So there's not just a gym per se for competition, but it's somewhere you want to make this healthy lifestyle change, and that's the place.
Well, from a healthy lifestyle to the sport of netball. On Saturday at Bernard Park, the Bermuda Netball Association's youth leagues continued.
In the opening match of the day in the under-12 division, it ended in a 13-13 draw between the Storm and the Phoenix Flames. The North Village Lady Rams defeated the Phoenix Sparks 30-0 in the other under-12 division match. Over in the under-16 division, the Storm Lightning defeated the North Village Lady Rams 18-11. The North Village Lady Rams 2 then defeated the Storm 21-13.
Jay, Bermuda's talented cricketer Delray Rollins is part of the England Lions under-19 squad. They got off to a great start against a UAE select team on day one of a 3-day match. Brought them out for 84. Delray finished with figures of, I believe, 12 overs, 8 maidens, 10 runs, 3 wickets. What a start.
I'm speechless because we talk about the word potential, and a lot of coaches will probably agree with me. We see so much potential, but then we see that potential add with some great coaching, add in a great atmosphere, you get to see greatness. And I don't want to put that word of greatness attached to Delray so early in his career, but to do that on the international stage, Earl, it's bittersweet because we talked about players that we would love to keep for our national colors. There's going to be some hard decisions for Delray coming up in the near future. But in saying that, Delray, we're behind your back, eh? Totally behind your back right now.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
The W.E.R. Joe Tennis Stadium hosted the Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association's men's over 30 versus under 30 team event. Both teams featured Bermuda's top-ranking men with Gavin Manders and David Thomas on the under 30 team, while Jensen Bascom and Javon Witter was in the over 30 team. The match ended with the unders winning 3-2. In the play, it was Gavin Manders and James Finnegan, the unders, defeating Jensen Bascom and Romar Douglas 6-4, 6-4. The overs team of Javon Witter and Dean Mello defeated the unders team of Chris Weeks and Billy Boyle 4-6, 7-5, 10-5. The overs team of Earl Leder and Mark Cordero defeated the unders team of Kyle Williams and Nicholas Butterfield 6-2, 6-3. The unders team of Nicholas Cooper and Scott Redmond defeated the overs team of Damian Smith and Yves Doyen 1-6, 7-5, 10-3. And it all came down to the unders team of David Thomas and Alex Cooper getting by the overs team of Michael Way and David Jenkins 3-6, 7-6, 10-5.
Jay, behind us, you hear the sounds of young kids, footballs, but the opportunity to be involved in some training with coaches at youth level from a club such as Ipswich. Devonshire Colts have teamed up with the Bermuda Football Association and the Bermuda Coaches Association to help pull this off.
Yeah, Earl, it's such a great event here. We've been here a few minutes and just overseeing these kids, and to see these kids in a professional environment, and as much as the coaches have got the badges over the last few months or whatever, and they have these training sessions and they're built off of these environments. But now, I mean, you have a coach now, because all these kids, they want to be a pro. So all these coaches now, these are pro coaches, and they put together these training, and now these kids say, you know what, I'm feeling like a pro for the day. And you want that excitement in the kids. That's what you want. So now when our local coaches come right behind, and that's the main thing, you still got to come right behind these coaches, now that you can help push our kids.
Well, let's hear from one or two of the Ipswich coaches. Well, welcome to Bermuda. The message that you're bringing from Ipswich to put our youngsters through their paces is what, for not only for them but for parents as well.
Well, primarily, I'm here to give the kids a good experience. I'm the head of recruitment in Ipswich Town for the academy, so my job is to find talent. So I would love to find some talent here. That's what I'm here for. So we'll be assessing the boys this week, and if we see any boys that we like, then there's a potential for them to visit the academy in the UK. I've travelled the world. I have a relationship with the Cayman Islands, and we've had boys visit us from the Cayman. So I see very similar setups. So I'm hoping I can find a player.
One thing I've noticed throughout the years, that more and more academies are reaching out by sending people over to different places, smaller places that don't always have an abundance of players, but you might find that one nickel in when you say you're looking for a special player or a talented player, what are you looking for? A complete player or just a football? What are you looking for?
Yeah, I think it's hard. You won't find a complete player. So not at young ages, and certainly everyone will have things to work on. Even professional players might be 28, 29. They get a different coach. He stimulates them and gets them playing in a different way. So you're never the complete player. So there's always things to work on. But there's certain fundamentals that we would look for. We look for players that obviously work hard, apply themselves, good listeners, good learners. Those are sorts of traits we look for. I think what's difficult is the kids in England in the academies. They're getting 14 hours a week. The facilities are unbelievable. The level of competition is unbelievable. So for any child travelling from Bermuda or from the Cayman Islands, there's a gap to make up. Now that gap can be made up if they really, really want it and they really want to apply themselves. So the opportunities are there. Every club in the UK is looking for talented young players. We've been here for one session. I can see there's talent here. So it's about then moving forward, about giving players the opportunity, and then can the players grab that opportunity?
Well, quick question, because you said it, and it's something that has been on the back of my mind recently, and I know for England it's been quite some time. You have an abundance of academies, but we see it not through the national program, where you're struggling with some would say quality when it gets to that level. Bringing in outside talent, does that help boost, and playing in, say, the lower leagues or the leagues throughout, does that help the national program from a club perspective?
Yeah, I think each club individually would be really selfish and say that that they're looking at their own program. I mean, for instance, at Ipswich, we would only recruit local boys, so boys that live within an hour and a half of our training ground. They will always be our priority. But that doesn't mean to say that we don't prospect a little bit and go and look in different places, and we try and spread our message and visit different places. And if there is a player who's better than what we've got, then obviously we would look at them. I think English football is going through a process of development with their national squads. It's very difficult because the Premier League is a runaway train in terms of money, and they're recruiting. If you're a Premier League club, you want that ready-made player, and you're happy to spend 25-30 million. So at the moment they can't quite work out which way they're going to go. So there's a bit of a log jam of talented players between the ages of maybe 17 and 21 who are in these academies and maybe going out on loan. But if you actually look at the some of the younger English sides, they're doing quite well, and they're actually picked up. So there's signs that maybe in a few years those young players that are developing can prosper in the full national side and compete at a world level.
Because I think that ultimately the goal of the clubs throughout the UK to make sure that the national team is just as strong, because it's a reflection of the clubs themselves.
Yeah. I mean,
because we're having the same problem in Bermuda.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out if we can compare what the English FA is going through as far as the clubs, making sure that the groundwork is done by the academies and the clubs, and then it makes the national program that much stronger.
Well, you need synergy. So what you need is the synergy between the clubs and the people running the game. In England, there's lots of factions. There's the Premier League, the Football League, the FA, and everyone's got their own agenda. So that makes it difficult. What you need is everyone on the same page, everyone working together, and that's when you get that development and everyone working together, which ultimately will get the end result.
Well, Steve, I'll talk to you later on in the week to see if you found one or two of what you're looking for.
Brilliant, thanks you.
Well, putting something like this together from a distance is always a challenge for some. You don't know what to expect. You tend to speak to someone on the ground. You spoke to Ray, you've spoken to the other coaches around, but it's what to expect from the other side. Obviously, you're putting together and you're bringing a group from Ipswich here to Bermuda. What were some of the expectations you had for them, the coaches, and what were you hoping, or what are you hoping to find here in Bermuda?
Okay, so the idea of the expectations of the coaches is that what we want to deliver is a true account of a kind of experience of going under structured English-related academy sessions. Ultimate goal is, there's two really. One is we want them to, at the end of the week, have improved, not so much technically, but in terms of mentally, focused, discipline, thinking, not just about in-ball, off-ball. And again, we've got the situation whereby if any players do excel, the idea is that we hopefully can put a pathway and maybe look at taking them a little bit further.
Through 3 years of doing what you do, how challenging has that been? Because you might see a diamond in the rough, but then when you get to see the complete person, it's not kind of what you're looking for. How do you try to maximize the availability of what you want to provide a youngster, and help them to understand that not everyone gets that particular opportunity?
Right, from my perspective, because obviously we're linked to VidaPro as well as Ipswich, which is my organisation. There's going to be players at various stages of development, or may not be, let's say, for a championship UK side, but they may be good enough to play first or second division. So one of the key things I want to happen is that any of those players, most of the players we see, and if we not only do we just say, oh, good player, we work out their level, because what we don't want to do is create a negative experience. So Ipswich may say, not for us, not at this moment in time, but that doesn't necessarily mean another club. So, you know, I've brought Ipswich out because we needed them to experience, and we've got a great academy director from Ipswich, so they can see that what we are trying to do here is professional, and hopefully it'll grab their attention. But it's not just about one club, and it's about different levels. So the idea is that it's not just a one-off. So the idea is, at the end of the week, we've got some development plans for certain players.
How did Bermuda catch your eye?
I love the place, man. I feel like I'm Bermudan sometimes. I recently just come back from Ghana, where I did a similar thing, and that was very warm welcomed, and it's just been the same here. Everybody's been friendly and helpful. In terms of the structure and the organisation, because as you mentioned at the beginning, trying to keep everything under a timetable is kind of difficult rather, but we're on point, and everything's going good. So what I say about Bermuda is true what they say. Beautiful island.
Well, we'll talk to you later in the week to see how you're progressing and whether or not you think there's much more potential than what you came here thinking it would be.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, we've come to the end of a Digicel Sports Show. Again, condolences to the Grimes family. And Jay, it's been one of those weeks. Tough fall.
Yeah, tough fall, but you know what? As Mr. Grimes would have loved it, let's play on.
We'll see you next show.